Hello, Virgo. Welcome. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Listen, I am so frustrated right now because I'm like 30 minutes into your reading and I look up and I'm not even recording. How frustrating is that? I'm like all the way to the end of the reading and I'm not even recording. So now I have to start all over and redo the reading. Oh, there could be lots of frustrations going on. False starts. Um, Even things that are not what they seem to be with you right now, Virgo. There's something about that coming through, but I'm going to try to get through this reading right now. Okay. Thank you, Virgo, for stopping by. So frustrating. I got to start all over. But welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not, and you feel led to do so. Hit the bell so you'll be notified whenever I go live in the future and post new content. Okay. So let's start all over. Oof. Oh, this is crazy. So immediately when I first started your first reading, Virgo, what I was getting was apple, 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 right? Apple kept going through my mind. And I was like, what does that mean, Spirit? Apple. Somebody having a problem with their iPhone, maybe, or somebody eating an apple. What does that mean? So I was like, okay, well, it'll come to me through the reading. And it did. But we'll get to that. Okay. And so I started off the reading just giving you the energies that's needed right now to bring you success. I'm not going to harp on it. I'm just going to keep going. Okay. So we have the Chariot coming out for you. So right now is the time where you definitely need to be self-empowered. Okay, self-empowerment is huge right now. The Knight of Pentacles, like whatever energy is going to pump you up and let you know how unstoppable you are, how powerful and able you are. You need to indulge and invest and surround yourself with that kind of energy. Dive into that kind of energy. The Page of Cups coming out as well. With the Knight of Pentacles, this is not feeling like you have to actually rush into everything or do things super fast. There's something about the energy, though it needs to be powerful and inspired with the Chariot. It's understanding that not everything is just going to happen overnight. Take your time with it. What's most important with this energy is to be balanced, to be grounded, to move with purpose, and to move with power. Now, the Page of Cups is also allowing yourself to open up and engage with your imagination. I don't know if there is things that you're hearing, messages coming through for you that is inspiring you to open up and allow your creativity to flow. Whatever that is, tap into that energy because the creativity is definitely needed. I also have the Six of Wands. Now, this is saying that you need to actually be very aware of what you are connected to. Right now is the time to allow yourself to ride on your white horse. Okay? Allow yourself to ride on your white horse. And what that means is gather yourself around the most highest energy that you can gather possible, feeding yourself things that are going to be motivating, inspiring, surrounding yourself with people that will have that energy too. You see the distance between this bird and everyone else. Don't feel like you are, thinking that you are better than others. That's not what this is. This is you putting yourself in a position, in an environment that's conducive to the energy that you need to be in. Okay. Six of Wands is victorious, is successful energy. Surround yourself with everything that represents that for you. Okay. And this may mean, placing yourself in a different position as it relates to others. That's exactly what that means. The last card that came out was the Justice. Now, the Justice came in reverse, as you can see. There's something about needing to be truthful, needing to be honest with self here, Virgo. There's something Spirit is bringing out here, some realization, some acknowledgement that needs to happen here with this justice coming in reverse. There's some truth that needs to be acknowledged within yourself that's coming out here, Virgo. Now, when we take a look at what it is that you desire, I have the Two of Wands. The King of Wands. I have the King of Swords. I have the Two of Pentacles. And lastly, we have the Four of Cups. And so there's something here about you being able, with the Two of Wands, this is definitely more of that empowerment energy. Like you desire to call the shots with something. You desire to make your own path, your own decisions, your own responsibilities placed on yourself from yourself. You want to be fully empowered to do that here. There's something about that, being empowered, especially with the Chariot coming out. That is exactly that energy. But there's decisions that are needed here. You want to be able to make the decisions, executive decisions, corporate decisions, right? It's coming out here with the King of Wands and the King of Swords. This could be the energy that you want to embody. The King of Wands is absolutely very inspiring energy. This is an energy of self-starting and being very resourceful. The King of Wands has all of the experience, can tell you what you need to know about a thing. This could, in fact, talk about the energy that you want to embody, or this could be making a decision, right? This is Sagittarius, Leo, Aries energy. The King of Swords is actually the energy of being a problem solver, a strategist, and this is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So this could be a choice, or this could be the energy that you want to embody, right? This is mastery energy, mastering the energy of doing with the King of Swords, the King of Wands. I'm sorry. The King of Swords is mastering the energy of being able to strategize, being able to solve any type of problem that may arise. These two energies together are unstoppable, right? There's something about that here. So whether you're deciding between two people, you could be deciding or wanting to embody this energy yourself, Virgo, but there's something about wanting to learn and embody this energy of strength, of doing, of being able to resolve anything that comes up. The Two of Pentacles is also choices. I almost feel like there is something that you've been waiting to come in, an opportunity of some kind to come in. And when I look at the Four of Cups, this says to me that there's some part of this process Spirit wants you to do, to take on, right? There's some part of this process that Spirit doesn't want you to solely base on outside information or suggestion or outside guidance. This is something that you need to decide for yourself with the Four of Cups. And this could be you, right? This could be what you want. You want to be able to seek and go within to pull out answers or to get instruction or guidance. There's some part of this process you want to be able to do alone and to discover alone, and to, instead of giving out so much, this is going to allow you to actually not have to give out so much, because you're actually giving back to yourself by actually seeking and going within for what it is that you need. Now, the Two of Wands, I did clarify too. This decision is all about some new opportunity. It was clarified with the Ace of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. This new opportunity to do something is twofold. On one end, it's going to open up this experience that you desire, right? On the other end, it's going to allow you to solve some kind of problem. The Five of Pentacles is some type of problem that this is going to solve. And Pentacles usually talks about the physical, material part of your experience, the material world. It's going to solve some type of problem. So this is going to kill two birds with one stone. The decision that you're making, you want to be able to address a couple of different things as you make this decision moving forward. I also clarified the Two of Pentacles, which was clarified by the Sun and the Eight of Cups. There's a desire. The Two of Pentacles, first of all, is being able to do many different things. You may have many different things that you are looking to operate in. But be careful, because the Two of Pentacles can also become draining and overwhelming, and it can easily just sap your energy where you'll find yourself just moving but not getting anything done. And so be careful with the Two of Pentacles. This almost brings up the energy of needing to assess, what your limits are and not overdoing what your limits are. But whatever this is with the Sun, this is long term, right? What you've been waiting for and working for. This is not just going to be something like comes in overnight and then it goes out just as fast. No, this is something you're bringing in that's going to be long-term, sustaining, very fulfilling, very successful energy. And it's almost like you're reaching up for something. You're climbing up towards something. I don't get the feel like this has been something that's happened very quickly. You've been working at this or waiting for this. I feel that energy here. And again, that's actually the right way to do it. With this this Knight of Pentacles, Spirit is saying this needs to be slow burning, moving towards the slowly. Now, I did pull out some challenges for you, Virgo, as you're moving towards success and victory. The first one was freedom, right? That's what this has been all about. Your liberation, your sovereignty, your autonomy. I've pulled out ghosts. I pulled out battle. And I pulled out upheaval. These are your challenges right now. Now, with freedom, this comes in as, I feel like this has a lot to do with what you're desiring right now. This has been the struggle. You moving into this energy of being able to make decisions concerning what you're looking to do, concerning what you're doing. You want to be free. That Four of Cups came out, that Chariot came out. Like, all of these cards are talking about this King of Pentacles, this King of Wands and King of Swords. All of these cards position you to be very independent in many ways, right? When it comes to things that are important. And this is all about your freedom, you being able to carry this on your own, right? And make major decisions as to what that will look like, the when, what, how, where, why, right? All of that. Now, when I clarified the ghost, and so ghost brings up the energy of being haunted with something. Something keeps coming back or appearing ever so often. The Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords gives me the feel of feeling like there's the energy of being stuck or having things moving or at a standstill. But it's not necessarily that. With the Eight of Swords, that's all how it's being perceived. That's not necessarily the truth of what it is. And then the Knight of Pentacles, again, is slow moving energy. It's not standing still or stuck. It's just, this is a process. There's a couple of good things that happen with a slow process. Number one, you get to build something more stable and more firm through that slow process, right? You have an opportunity to catch things that you might not have caught when things were moving too fast, right? There's something about Spirit wanting you to acknowledge and understand the reason why this has to take this slow pace. It's because there's something huge that's being built here, and it can't necessarily be done quickly. The second thing about that is the reputation that's being built around this is one that's going to be viewed as very successful, and is going to be looked at in that way, right? The responsibility, the time, the different ways that things were done right, right? It's going to be looked at that way. It's going to be looked at that way and seen much more valuable. It's almost like people are going to see the quality, not only of what you built, but how you built it. And that may in fact put you in that King of Wands and King of Swords energy here. And so don't think of it, feels like this comes back ever so often, of thinking that you're stuck, but it's not that. It's just that this is something that's going to take time to build. Doing it the right way, right, may take time as you're waiting on things that needs to be done the right way. This is the right thing, Spirit is saying. So don't get in your head about this when things feel like they're going slow, because they're going slow for a reason. Okay. Also, I had in the challenge a battle that came out here, and I clarified the battle with the Knight of Cups and the Devil, right? So it's almost like there's this internal battle warring within you when it comes to certain things. And as I was thinking back, I was like, that's what the apple was. I kept hearing apple at the beginning of your reading, and I was like, what is that, Spirit? I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just see. And it sure enough came out here. And so there's something about temptation that comes up for you in your challenge here right now. And I'm almost seeing this internal struggle going on, like a devil on one side and the angel on the other, and they're fighting, about decisions that you'll make or how you'll do things. It's like the devil is saying, oh, you could just do it. You don't have to do it the right way. You could take this shortcut and we'll have that done, in no time. And then the angel's like, no, we're not doing that. You know how that happened last time we did that, and we're not doing that. We're going to do it right. So they're like warring. There's like a war that's happening inside of you. That's what that apple was that I was seeing. There's something that's very tempting right now through this process that you're enduring. And it's funny because I was watching, I love sci-fi. So I was watching this sitcom, the next season of Black Mirror, for those of you that like sci-fi. Amazing. It's a futuristic type of sci-fi. If you like things like the Twilight Zone or the Outer Limits, you would love this. And the first episode that came out was about this couple that was, they were living their life. They were married. They were trying to have kids. They hadn't had them yet. Something happened with the wife. She was a teacher. She fainted in class and ended up in the hospital in this vegetable state. And they said that she wouldn't come to. And so there was this company that sent someone over to offer a solution. The solution was to give her away to come back, but it's going to be like an AI type of intelligence that will be her. It'll be her, but the backing of it will be like some type of AI. But she didn't tell her all of the little fine. Of course, he didn't read the contract because there was all these little fine details that came along with that. Right. And so there was like different levels, and they started off on the basic level. Well, on this basic level, there were things like commercials that would happen like in the middle of her having her life experience. And so she would find, like, in the middle of teaching, a commercial would come on and she would begin to speak the commercial. She would be completely oblivious to it because it was like she was being hacked by the AI whenever the commercial needed to come on. And so in order to avoid that, they would have to upgrade this thing that she had to like the next level that would alleviate the commercials, right? And so they upgraded, which cost more. And they were like a struggling young couple. And so this caused the man to have to do all this crazy outlandish stuff to be able to afford it. So they get to the next level where they alleviate the commercials. And then next thing they knew that she could only travel within a certain range. Like she had to stay in the town, right? And so every year for their anniversary, they wanted to go out of town to celebrate it. And so that required for them to purchase another like sub part of the plan. Like, so there was all these little hidden you know, add-ons, these hidden addendums or requirements to this, right? And this is kind of like what I'm feeling here with this apple. There's this very tantalizing thing that looks very tempting, something you want to move on, something you want to explore, something that feels very exciting and adventurous. But there's a lot to that, Virgo, that's not being shown. There is a price that you will end up paying if you choose to explore or pursue that apple. Okay. There's a lot to that, as opposed to doing it the right way and ending up with the sun, which is long term fulfillment, long term, investment with this. And so that's kind of like what I'm feeling. There's like a battle that's happening within you right now in regards to something, whether to do something right and end up with this long-term happiness that was worth it, or to do the quick, adventurous, exciting, quick thrill type of experience that may not end up being what you think you're, delving into. So there's something here about you needing to kind of really pay attention, because there's a battle I feel like that's warring within you. Now, lastly, the challenge was upheaval. So with upheaval, we have the 10 of Wands and the Page of Cups coming out. And this feels like, again, it's almost like that temptation type of energy. The Page of Cups is kind of like a young, inexperienced, immature, like a very young type of energy, emotionally immature in many ways, that may in fact end up being like this very burdensome experience or energy here. It may in fact blow up everything that you've built, right? So there's something about this coming through as a warning to you, Virgo. This is a challenge and it's a warning, and Spirit is letting you know to choose the right thing. Choose what you want and choose it according to the end result. So choices that you're making right now, make sure you're looking long term. This is not about immediate gratification and doing things just for the thrill and for the immediate satisfaction. Spirit is saying to choose things in accordance to the long term success and victory that you desire. Is really important. I feel like this is really important because Spirit had me go into detail about this. So understand what's at stake here, Virgo. Okay. All right. Let's get the last bit of advice that comes out for you. Be encouraged, Virgo. Okay. All right. We have the Spirit coming out. I feel like Spirit is saying, just keep working, baby. It's going to pay off. Trust me, it is going to pay off with B Spirit. And the results are going to be very sweet. Okay? It's going to be very sweet. So we have the B Spirit. I feel like I'm talking to someone who has put in a lot of work, who's not afraid of hard work. We have Frog Spirit. Clear out the clutter. This may be a time, I feel like, to take a look at what it is that you're investing in, what it is that you are surrounding yourself. This may be a time to do like spring cleaning, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and in your physical environment as well. Because clear out the clutter means that there could be things that you don't even realize is affecting you. Maybe it's things in your environment that you don't even see anymore because you're used to it being there, but it's affecting how it is that you are processing and what you're processing. And maybe a time to do like a spring cleaning, or maybe even to say goodbye to some things, right? We also have Beaver Spirit. Lay a solid foundation. Yes, these are so on point with everything we've talked about. This is all about you doing the work. You doing the work, laying that solid foundation so that it's not easily toppled over, right? This is going to be worth it. Don't feel like you have to move very fast. The slow pace is actually working to your advantage. Spirit is saying you're building something that's going to be very stable and solid. Don't feel like you have to understand everything. With Bobcat Spirit is talking about life is a mystery. There may, in fact, be things that you may never understand because spirit works in mysterious ways. Life is a mystery. And just trust. Spirit is asking that you just trust, right? In the outcome that's going to come of this. Your job, Virgo, is to select the right thing. That's your job, is to stay attuned inwardly and make sure you are choosing the right thing, doing things in the right way. And spirit is going to take care of the rest. Don't necessarily feel like you have to understand everything, because I feel like a lot of things are happening possibly miraculously, right? Some of them may not have a logical explanation. Maybe spirit is moving on your behalf, right? Making some things happen, opening some doors, resolving some issues. Just trust it. Your job is to align with doing things correctly. Okay. That's what I'm hearing for you. And so this is what will bring in success and victory as you move forward. Thank you, Virgo, for stopping by. It's always a pleasure. Make sure you like, share, comment. Let me know how it resonates, and I'll see you next time, Virgo. Bye.